Hello there. Today, a Nightmare is committing multiple counts of blasphemy. Yes, you heard that right. Would you look at that bloody health bar? Oh wait, it's not bloodied. So yes, today, for the first time in ever, full health build guide. And yes, while doing this guide, you're also guaranteed to hear everything that's wrong with full health builds coming from someone who always runs bloody builds. So let's do a side quest of how many things I'll say that'll piss off full health users. Chuck up a counter. Now when it comes to the armor, much like bloodied, it honestly doesn't really matter that much, even less here because you have a full health bar, but the usual applies: Secret Service, Brotherhood Recon, Covert Scout, whatever you like the look of and has the mods that you want, just use that. And if that includes the jump boosty, then yeah, you're gonna have to go with Secret Service or Brotherhood Recon. Second kind of blasphemy today, I'm in Brotherhood armor. The Enclave is gonna kill me. I'm also using the deep pocketed mods here for the extra carry capacity and the high capacity backpack mod. Now you do have some options in terms of legendary effects for your armor. Overeaters is a great choice for insane survivability, but let's be honest, this ain't a hard game, and you're full health, you don't need it. So one of the go-to ones is gonna be Weightless, because you don't have Unyielding, so you need as much help with your carry capacity as you can get. Weightless makes your armor super light. Life-saving is probably the next best shout if you just never want to die. Multiple pieces do stack the revive chance. The timer does not change though, so keep that in mind, but life-saving is pretty cool. Just don't be fooled by vanguards, aristocrats, mutants, or nocturnal. They're useless, they really are. Use anything else besides Unyielding, because you can't. All these recommendations also apply for power armor as well, in case you were wondering. And with all of that said, our carry capacity, we are sitting at just under 400, not too shabby, not bloodied though. Now we'll kick things off here with the legendary effects first, and by far the best option to go for here is gonna be anti-armor. Great for full health, great for bloodied builds. Anti-armor will never let you down. So whatever weapon you are going to use for your full health build, anti-armor is the #1 choice. Executioners, particularly against bosses, is also a decent shout, as is aristocrats for just a solid 50% increase in damage. And for your quality of life stuff, quad is great. Vampires for healing if you want even more survivability. The rest I personally never bother with. Now for this build in particular today, we are going commando, and we are going a stealth commando, because we need stealth, because without it, full health damage is abysmal. Don't try to tell me otherwise. So that means the fixer, since it does have some nice intrinsic benefits like additional stealth damage, but the handmade is also a great option here. So we are rocking an anti-armor explosive bullet fixer. For the second star, plus 50% VATS hit chance might actually be the shout and go-to, especially if you're using VATS and a fixer, because its stability is terrible. If you prefer free aiming, then go for something like a handmade, since it's just way more stable than the fixer, and you won't need to worry about the second star then in terms of VATS, and you can opt for a more damage focused route. For the heavy gunners out there, weapon choice is pretty wide really. Top choices are going to be an anti-armor shredder, plasma caster, flamer, or just a good old 50 cal. No matter the build, I always have 3 stat boosts in terms of legendary perk cards, pretty much always strength, intelligence, and luck, just very common special stats that get used in a lot of different builds. Then the other 3, funky duds, it's great for your poison resistance, for your mutated events and daily ops modifiers, and sizzling styles, since flame damage is pretty rampant nowadays and particularly useful for Earl boss fights, and most importantly, follow through for that awesome sneak damage boost. Now regardless of your weapon choice, commando, heavy gunner, pistol, full health, melee? Yeah, don't do that. Use these cards: Fireproof, Lone Wanderer, or if you're on a team, Inspirational plus Strange in Numbers, Tenderizer, Action Boy or Girl, Adrenaline, Class Freak, and Starched Jeans. And now for our particular stealth commando build, this is what I was using, besides a bunch of the weight reduction cards over in strength. Got the maxed out commando cards, Tank Killer, got Demo Expert for our explosive bullets, then stacked with stealth perks in agility like Covert Op and Sneak, and luck we have more damage from Bloody Mess, and better criticals and quality of life with Grim Reaper's Sprint. And altogether, how does it perform? Really good. Not as good as Bloodied, but it's still good. Dealing with our larger targets like Behemoths and Deathclaws, have no issues there. Super Mutants, again, not a hard game, so you'll get through them. Don't have to sweat as much in stuff like your Decryption daily ops because of that full health bar. So yeah, that is definitely a benefit, even though lately I've seen a lot of deaths in there regardless of builds. But that's a different issue. Now, the main difference that you'll notice between Bloodied and full health isn't necessarily the damage, even though you will notice that. It's the overall knock-on effect that Bloodied has that other builds don't. The main reason I run Bloodied isn't for a bloodied weapon. I use anti-armor or quad just as much as I use a bloodied weapon. It's for Unyielding. The massive stat boost that it gives to your special just affects every single aspect of your game, from your AP to your XP gains to VATS accuracy to stealth ability, speech checkpoints. It's in every area. Unyielding boosting your stats, benefiting you. And because you can get your damage really high, that means means you also save on ammunition, yet another knock-on effect. Your carry capacity is increased from unyielding boost in strength, and perk cards like Radical. There's just so much that comes together. So yeah, full health is more chill, but it's actually way more work because there's a million little things that you just have to consider and work around. People afraid of dying with bloodied, don't be unless you're in the habit of carrying hundreds of pounds of junk. There's no downside to death, just respawn. Hell, even halfway bloodied builds gets you massive benefits over full health. Just get enough to trigger stuff like Serendipity and some unyielding boost, and already a massive difference to your game and combat effectiveness. But fine, I'll stop praising bloodied builds in a full health video. Full health really did perform here today. Like and subscribe.